Hi class, my name is Boyd Knudsen. This is a lot of fun doing video. Yeah. The specific IEP that I'll be addressing this would be attention deficit disorder, ADHD. The method I plan on using this is to keep the activity active so that the students are moving around, they're engaged with the rest of the students in their group. What I will be doing there is assigning groups of 3 to 4 or 5 students in each group and giving each person a specific role to play. We're going to use role playing, whether gatekeeper, recorder, taskmaster, or encourager in each group. I will be modeling what I want each of those to do in the class by using different phrases when I actually deliver the lesson during the class. So you won't hear that here, but that's what I plan on doing, and it'll be in a small group setting. So on to the lesson. As always, I would start this lesson with learning outcomes. So here we go. Morning class. For this lesson, what we will be doing is rearranging formulas so that you can use them in different ways. For example, distance equals rate times time. This is something you would find in while you were driving. You would use it to figure out how long you're going to get there, how far it is, possibly. There's 3 variables in this equation. There's distance, we're going to use as d. I'm going to put an equal sign there because distance equals rate would be another variable. And a third one is time, big T. So we get big D equals little r times time, big T. Distance equals rate times time. Now, if I gave you 2 variables, say rate and time, rate was 60 miles an hour for a car. I'm going to put the 60 there, draw my equal signs, and time was 1 hour. Since we know that rate is in miles per hour, and we have an hour of time, we can multiply those directly. 60 times 1 is 60. So my distance is in miles. Always paying attention to the units, that they equal, that the units of my distance equals the units in my rate, miles per hour. In this case, that all works out very nicely. But what happens, class, when you don't have distance given to you? Excuse me. You don't have time given to you. You end up with 60 miles. That's what's given. You want to travel 60 miles, and you're going 60 miles per hour. What's missing? Time. In this case, what I would do is divide both sides by 60, as you have learned to do. Divide by 60 over here. Divide by, make that a 0. Excuse me. 60 over here, this crosses out. Time equals 1. 60 over 60 is 1. That's an example of what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to erase that quickly. My eraser works very, very well. Always. Except for the black hand. Okay, moving on. What we need to do today is let's start with this. Who would like to travel to a different country if I paid for everything? Absolutely everything. Coats, hats, shorts, boots, shoes, underwear, surfboards, everything. I'm paying for it all. The tickets, the hotel stay. Hopefully everybody raises their hand around here. I see my wife. She raised her hand. If I would pay for everything, she would go, no matter what. Now I'm paying for the trip. So when you get there, you're gonna have to go shop. You're gonna have to go shopping. Not when you get there. Before you go, you need to go shopping for some clothes because obviously it probably isn't the same temperature it is around here, which is about 5 today. So you got to go shopping for some clothes. What are you gonna need? You're gonna need to know what the temperature is at that time of year. To figure that out, that's the point of our lesson, isn't it now? So as a class, I would like you, when you get here to class, to tomorrow, depending on when you're listening to this, we're going to pick 5 foreign destinations that you would like to go to. You can pick anywhere you want in the world. Preferably we'll have different climates, but you pick what you want and we'll write them on the board. We'll divide up into groups, and then additionally, each student, each one of you pick a favorite temperature. My favorite temperature is probably 72. I like 72. You can do anything in 72. You can go into the lake if you want to. You can do many other things. So the way I'm going to divide you into groups is by temperature. I'll group you with other temperatures that are closest to you. From there, what you're going to do is go to a labeled portion of the room. I'll assign a group to each corner of the room. And at that point, you'll be getting a specific assignment that I want you to do in that group. One will be the gatekeeper. That's going to be someone who really just kind of controls everything. They're technically the boss, but they can't do everything. The boss isn't in charge of absolutely everything in this group. We'll have a recorder, naturally the person who's going to record things. We'll have a taskmaster. I have trouble with that one. Keeping everybody in line and focus on task, and the encourager, someone who is a positive input into that group. Next, what you will do is we'll assign a destination to you by finding the latitude first that corresponds to your temperature range. That's right, matching the latitude to the temperature range. Luckily, my wife, she loves globes, so I have one right here. Now, who knows what latitude is? Latitude are the lines going this way on a globe. Longitude would be these lines right here. So the equator, being right here, would be the hottest. It is closest to the sun, so it's naturally the hottest. As we go further away, you get to the North Pole and the South Pole. You get colder and colder as you go away from that latitude, or from the equator. So naturally, depending on your temperature range, if you're the coldest temperature range in class, you're going to be the furthest from the class for the destination. So we're going to match your destination up to the closest temperature range, hence latitude, that we have. A little bit of fun there with latitude. At that point, you'll have a destination that you need to research. I want you to figure out what kind of climate it is, wet, dry, humid, or desert. And then the temperatures. You're going to find temperatures in Celsius for 4 different months. Months will be March, June, September, and December. When you do this, I want you to get on task right away. You'll be on your laptops. So you'll need to get right at it. You might want to assign each person a month to figure out the temperatures. Recorders naturally going to be doing their job at that point, recording those temperatures. All right, important part of the lesson right here would be this equation. Degrees Celsius, which will have C, equals degrees Fahrenheit minus 32 times, make sure I got it right, 5/9. Degrees Celsius equals Fahrenheit minus 32. All of that quantity times 5/9. That's what we need to do. But you'll notice that you have degrees Celsius. That's what you're finding. We want Fahrenheit. You have to isolate that. And that will be what's in your lesson. We'll get to that tomorrow. So be prepared. Thank you. Thank you.